Hey guys, Isabel here. Welcome back to Reeled In. If you are new to my channel, welcome. But if you are a returning viewer, you know that I have been reacting to the Rings of Power series on Amazon Prime, as well as doing breakdown videos for those episodes. I have always been fascinated by Tolkien's world. I've watched the extended version of Lord of the Rings probably like a good 3 times a year. I've read the books, and I am really loving this new series. And so to show my appreciation for the Lord of the Rings, I thought I would show some of my Lord of the Rings merchandise, which also includes merchandise from the Hobbit trilogy as well. I'll be posting multiple videos because I have multiple merchandise, so if you guys are interested, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss those videos. But today's video will be my review of Bilbo's and eventually Frodo's dagger sting. Before I show you the blade itself, I'm going to also show you the decorative wall hanger that it comes with. So I got this and the sword from the Noble Collection website. They always do an amazing job. I always trust them when it comes to finding collectibles that I would like from popular movie franchises. So this is actually made out of metal and it's quite heavy. It is what I would say probably representative of the shape of a leaf, with what I think is the design of a tree or tree branches in the middle. A beautiful design, especially with the branches sort of interweaving between each other. Behind the branches is a deep green velvet backing. Along the border is a beautiful spiraling design which actually protrudes from the metal behind it. And it has 2 pegs at the base here so you can hang the sword when you're displaying it. The back is also velvet. It has some trademark information. Be sure to hang it well because mine has fallen a couple times. Obviously it's still in good shape, but the velvet here is starting to peel up. I'll have to glue that down. But it has 2 hooks on the back here so you can hang it on your wall. And now, sting. This sword is honestly a lot more heavy than I thought it was going to be. But it is still beautiful, and again, I had it hanging on my wall vertically and it has fallen twice and it is still intact with very minimal scratches, though there is some, and the tip is very sharp. Obviously these blades itself are very dull. You won't really be able to cut yourself on it, but if you are fooling around with it, I don't recommend thrusting it at anyone. Like I said, the tip is very sharp and can definitely hurt someone. But let's start off with our closer look. We have a very thick metal on the pommel here, which ends in a deep V, and we can see the brown. What I think in the movie is probably leather. Here I think it's probably more of a resin, but a deeply rich brown, actually two-toned with some darker browns, shadowing the lovely metal branching leaves we get wrapped around the hilt here. The leaves themselves are beautiful. You can see the vein in the middle of the actual leaf itself, and it wraps around from base to top. And we have a sweeping cross guard. Very lovely, a very thick piece of metal. Like I said, this piece is quite heavy. It's got a lot of heft to it in your hand, which makes it easier to sort of, do some nice tricks with it. For the blade itself, we have it thicker at the bottom, and then it tapers out the further up you go. On the blade itself is a lovely swirl pattern, and if you run your hands across it, you can actually feel it etched into the metal. And since this blade is technically crafted by the elves, we know elves love their nature, so I always like to think of this swirl as a sort of vine crawling up the metal itself. We have the vine on both sides. On the back of the sword, we have a very small trademark information here. I kind of wish they put it somewhere else, but I know they have to have it. I feel like if you put it on the bottom of the cross guard, that would be a better place for it, but whatever. Now, out of all the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit merchandise that I have, which is honestly, I will admit, fewer than the other fandoms I'm in, just because the things I want are mostly swords and those can get expensive. But it's honestly so beautiful. It's my favorite piece, and whenever I find a permanent home, I cannot wait to display it. But to display it on your wall, you take your decorative wall piece here, and you hang the cross guard on the pegs. I'm trying to get you to see this. So you hang the cross guard on the pegs. I'm going to hold it so it doesn't fall forward, and it will look like this. And again, if you wish to admire it up close, very easy to simply take it off. And then when you're done, put it back on. Now in the description, I'll put a little bit more statistics about it, like how long it is. Obviously this is not an actual sword, it's more of a dagger, but since hobbits are so small, it's a sword to them. I think really my initial surprise when I first opened it was, again, just how heavy it is. And when I one day do get the other swords that the Noble Collection offers, and even other companies' websites offer, you know, I'm sure those will also have weight to them as well. But again, a beautifully crafted piece. Again, holds up pretty well. Like I said, it has fallen. The scratches are pretty minimal. I feel like I do need to polish the blade a little bit, especially the tip. You can definitely kind of look, if you look closely, you can see it has fallen again, which is my own fault. You know, I didn't secure it properly. But really, if you are a Lord of the Rings fan or a Hobbit fan, a very lovely piece to add to your collection. And really, I could really just do this with it all day long. But guys, thank you for watching my first ever The Lord of the Rings merchandise review video. Leave a like on the video. Comment, do you have this sword? If you do, what do you love about this piece the most? Let me know. And again, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future Lord of the Rings merchandise review videos. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.